The way that writers' rooms look now versus when I started at the office in 2004 is night and day. I was the only woman of color on our staff for the entire run of the show, I think. But things have changed a lot since then. We are just demanding more inclusive storytelling. We want to see ourselves reflected. When I was coming up, I didn't even think I was owed that. I thought, well, no, I can't see myself in anything I watch, but that's okay because I just love the show Friends.
Well, at least I wasn't too chicken to tell some guy I thought he was cute.
And I think it's really great and funny, and that's good enough for me. And now I think younger people are like, no, that isn't good enough for me. I'd like to see some sort of representation of myself on television and film. And we really owe it to younger people, I think, who have helped make this change. How did I come up with the idea for Late Night? The movie is about two women, and I have experienced both of their roles in my lifetime as like a fledgling writer who was nervous, who felt underestimated and had to prove myself, and then as the star of a show who is a little impatient with her circumstance. I've really played both roles in my life, and it felt like a really exciting opportunity to write a movie about that because I've been in such completely different places in my career.
You are a jewelry expert?
Yeah, it's a lot of me with like an earpiece being like, the jewels are ready.
How many times did you do this and say the jewels are ready?
So many times at a certain point, because you dream when you're a sitcom actress that you have an earpiece and you're like, the jewels are ready. I love late night television, and I have since I was allowed to watch. I was like 12 or 13 years old. There's a real inherent coziness to any late night show, and I think that the relationship between viewer and late night talk show host is one of the most intimate relationships between an audience and any person in broadcast TV because of the fact that they're in your bedroom with you every night, late at night. They're the last thing you hear before you go to sleep. And I think that particularly with the monologue, there's a lot of trust that we have with the late night talk show hosts, and they really shape the way that we view the world and politics.
Please welcome live via satellite from the White House, President Bill Clinton. This is very cool.
I remember growing up and watching Conan O'Brien and David Letterman, and I was so impressionable. I was like, whatever they think, I also think. So it was a fun fantasy to have a woman have that role, since I never was able to see that growing up. I thought, well, why not just invent it? As an intern at Late Night with Conan O'Brien, well, I really saw the genius that is Conan O'Brien, and I saw just the hundreds of people that it takes to put on a daily show. And I had no idea how much work and how much drudgery there is actually that goes into making this incredibly funny hour of television. I really respect everyone who does that. I don't know that I'm funny enough to do that, but I certainly admire it. My advice for writers who are trying to get into the entertainment industry is to watch more than you write. I think a lot of times when you're young, you feel like output is your only way to get out of your current situation. But I found that when I was younger and I would do that and not go and see things or watch TV shows or watch plays, my writing just got worse. And I think that taking in a lot, reading a lot, watching old shows, that really helped me. In fact, even writing this movie, I mean, I think I'd seen all of Larry Sanders from beginning to end, but I just picked it up again and watched it all over again, and it was incredibly inspiring. I'm actually working on some essays right now. I've had such a crazy past 2 years of my life, and so while the memories are still fresh about giving birth and having a baby, I'm working on a slim memoir of just this chunk of time, just essays on motherhood and shooting a movie 12 weeks after you give birth and that kind of thing. Don't do it. You don't want to have to breastfeed between scenes. That's not fun.